The colony of Jamestown, located next to the James River, was established in May 1607 under charter granted by Charles I to the Virginia Company of London. Jamestown was the first established British colony in the Americas. The first permanent brick church in Jamestown was built in 1639. Since then, there have been several rebuildings of the church, and the church standing today was reconstructed in 1907. However, the brick tower has survived since 1639 and is one of the oldest surviving building remnants built by Europeans in the original 13 colonies. The current structure is still in use today, and archaeologists continue research at the church. Under early 1600s military rule, church attendance was mandatory. Services were held 14 times a week, with sermons preached twice on Sunday, and a morning and evening prayer service during the rest of the week. The James Fort Barracks were built using mud and stud architecture, wooden studs covered with mud with a thick thatch roof. The reconstructed frame was visited by Queen Elizabeth II in 1954 and again in 2007. In the winter of 1609 to 1610, food shortages, fractured leadership, and a siege by Indian warriors killed many of the colonists. There were about 500 colonists at the beginning of the winter, but only 60 survived into the spring. This time was known as the starving time. The Hunt Shrine is dedicated to Reverend Robert Hunt, the first Anglican minister of the settlement. After the establishment of James Fort, the settlers quickly spread eastward into a small area called Newtown, where the reconstructed foundations of many homes and businesses can be found. The Ambler House was built in the 1850s as the centerpiece of a fine plantation estate. The house was burned in 2 wars, and after the third fire in 1815, it was abandoned.